sa kahanginan.
Good day, students! How are you today? I am Teacher Mira. Today, we will be dealing with the different measures of position. But before we start, please prepare your activity sheet, pen, and answer sheet. Are you ready, class? Then let's begin.
Today, we will learn together about measures of position. Our target for this lesson is for you to define the following measures of position: quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. Illustrate the following measures of position: quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. And express the significance of the following measures of position: quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. Look at the pictures shown. Are these pictures familiar to you? When you receive your summative test scores from your teacher, did you mind asking yourself which rank in the class were you? Have you wondered what score you need for each subject area to qualify for honors? So what do we mean when we say measures of position? The measures of positions, or quantiles, are techniques used to locate the position of values or scores in the distribution. These are the quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. These measures of position divide a set of data into equal parts. Remember that the median is the value where 50% of the distribution falls or lies above it, while 50% of the distribution lies below it. To illustrate, imagine that the line segment represents the distribution where 50% of the distribution falls or lies above it, while 50% of the distribution lies below it. The midpoint of the line segment is the median. In other words, the median is the value which divides the distribution into two equal parts. The values in quartiles, deciles, and percentiles can be determined in the same way as the median. The only difference is their location. So what is quartile? The quartiles are the score points which divide a distribution into four equal parts. The first quartile is denoted Q sub 1. It has 25% of the values less than it and 75% of the values greater than it. The second quartile is the same as the median and has 50% of the values less than it and 50% of the values greater than it. The third quartile is denoted Q sub 3 and has 75% of the values less than it and 25% of the values greater than it. How about decile? What is decile? The deciles are the 9 score points which divide a distribution into 10 equal parts, denoted as D sub 1, D sub 2, D sub 3, D sub 4, D sub 5, D sub 6, D sub 7, D sub 8, and D sub 9. So what is percentile then? The percentiles are the 99 score points which divide a distribution into 100 equal parts. The P sub 25 is equal to the first quartile, while the P sub 50 is equal to second quartile, where also the median is. The P sub 75 is equal to the third quartile. The P sub 10 is equal to the first decile, while the P sub 20 is equal to the second decile. The P sub 30 is equal to the third decile, and so on. Now, let's answer Activity 1. Who I am. Directions. Identify what measures of position is being described by the following statements. Choose the correct answer from the box and write the letter only. You are given 5 seconds to answer each item. Letter A, quartile. Letter B, decile. Letter C, percentile. Are you ready? Then let's begin. Number 1. A measure of position that divides the distribution into 4 equal parts. Your time starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is letter A. Great! You got the correct answer. Next, number 2. A measure of position that divides the distribution into 10 equal parts. Your time starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is letter B. Very good. You got it right. Next item, number 3. A measure of position that divides the distribution into 100 equal parts. Your time starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is letter C. Wonderful! Your answer is correct. How about number 4? A measure of position denoted by D sub 1. Your time starts now. Alright, time's up. The correct answer is B. Good job! You got the correct answer. Last but not the least, number 5. A measure of position denoted by Q sub 1. Your time starts now. Alright, time's up. The correct answer is A. Congratulations! You got it right! This time, let's proceed to activity 2. This is me. Directions: illustrate the following measures of position based on the given location below. You are given 10 seconds to answer each item. For example, you are given the first quartile or Q sub 1. To illustrate, we have. Are you ready? Then let's begin. Number 1. Second quartile or Q sub 2. Time starts now. Time's up. Do we have the same answer? Great! You got it right. Next, number 2. Fifth decile or D sub 5. Your time starts now. Alright, time's up. Do we have the same answer? Excellent! You got it right. Last but not the least, number 3. P sub 50. Your time starts now. Alright, time's up. Do we have the same answer? Awesome! You made it! The next activity is called Q&A. Cite at least 3 significance of the following measures of position: quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. You are given 15 seconds to answer. Your time starts now. Alright, time's up. Now, I am going to show you some of the known significance of the concept of measures of position. If your answers are not the same as the ones flashed on screen, don't worry. Continue writing and include that in your answer sheets for your teacher to check and verify. First, many national assessments, such as height and ACT scores, use measures of position, specifically percentiles, as a way to convey where specific scores fall because they are easily interpreted. Second, a measure can tell us whether a value is about the average or whether it's unusually high or low. Third, it can also show how values from different distributions or measurement scales compare. Good job, my dear learners! Now, remember that the measures of positions or quantiles, a particular part of a data set, are techniques used to locate the position of values or scores in the distribution. These are the quartiles, deciles, and percentiles.
I hope you've learned a lot from today's lesson. And that ends with our lesson on measures of position. Bye!